Imagine being in a position where every single move you make, every word you speak, and even the smallest reaction you show is judged under the brightest spotlight. That's the reality for Shedeur Sanders right now, as his provocative reaction in the Browns' locker room has only deepened the criticism surrounding him and left his image more fragile than ever. What was supposed to be a simple moment of interaction with reporters has now spiraled into a storm that questions not just his maturity, but his entire future in the NFL. The controversy started when Sanders mocked reporters who asked about Dillon Gabriel being named the new starter, while Sanders himself remained as the team's third option. That single reaction may have seemed small in the moment, but it continues to echo loudly inside and outside the Browns' locker room. Former NFL quarterback Dan Orlovsky, now part of ESPN's Get Up team, did not hold back in his criticism. He explained that there is simply no right time for a quarterback to behave that way. According to Orlovsky, everything a quarterback does, whether he is the first, second, or third on the depth chart, is essentially part of a job interview. His pointed question for Sanders was simple but cutting. Did those 30 or 40 seconds help you inside your own building? Did it help shape how your coaches and teammates view you? And more importantly, did it help you outside the building, where 32 teams are constantly evaluating? With 64 total quarterback jobs in the NFL, did those few seconds improve your chances of having a future in this league, or did they hurt you instead? That same week, another powerful voice weighed in. Adam Schefter added to the conversation, following up on comments from analyst Rex Ryan, who had already blasted Sanders earlier. Ryan went as far as saying Sanders should be embarrassed, claiming that he had been told the young quarterback was not putting in the effort required to truly earn a starting role. That kind of criticism cuts deep, especially when it comes from someone with Ryan's history and blunt reputation. The situation becomes even more unusual when you consider Sanders' current standing. He isn't even the starter, yet there is more conversation about him than the new starter, who is stepping in, or the backup, who was recently benched after a rough beginning to the year. Rex Ryan himself said this entire spotlight on a third-string quarterback is almost unprecedented in the league. And when you think about it, he's right. The level of attention Sanders is getting is unlike anything you would normally see for a player, not even close to being the number one option. Don Laba of the Orange and Brown Talk podcast also chimed in, describing Sanders' behavior as one of the most bizarre things he has seen during his time inside the Browns facility. To him, the reaction was a clear sign that Sanders is simply not mature enough to handle the responsibility of being a starting quarterback in the NFL. And that's the heart of the criticism. The talent is there. Nobody denies that. But talent without the right mindset, without the discipline, and without the maturity to handle the spotlight can quickly turn from promise into wasted potential. At this point, the narrative surrounding Shedeur Sanders is not about whether he can throw the football, make plays, or read defenses. The conversation has shifted to who he is as a professional and whether he can carry himself like a true leader. That is a dangerous place for any young quarterback to be, because in the NFL, perception often shapes opportunity. Coaches, teammates, and executives don't just want skill, they want reliability, trust, and leadership. If Sanders truly wants to change the story being told about him, the path forward is not complicated, but it will be difficult. He will need to shut out the noise, stop the reactions, and put every ounce of focus into training and performance. He needs to work with such intensity and consistency that the Browns have no choice but to put his talent to use. The only way to silence the doubters is not through gestures or defiance, but through results. By proving on the field that he belongs, he can slowly rebuild the image that has been damaged by his own actions. The NFL has seen countless quarterbacks come and go, but the ones who stick are not just the ones with a strong arm or quick feet. They are the ones who understand the weight of the role and carry it with maturity. Right now, Shedeur Sanders is standing at a crossroads. The question is, will he allow his immaturity to define him, or will he dig deep, put in the work, and show the world that he belongs on the biggest stage? So what do you think? Can Shedeur Sanders turn things around and change the narrative, or has he already done too much damage to his own reputation? Drop your thoughts in the comments.